Gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to just quickly revisit the changes to Alliance Battle Extreme now that I've had time to digest it in my brain. Also going to have a quick look at Morbius in World Boss Ultimate, just going to do a quick run against Proxima Midnight, level 60 no strikers, and see how he actually goes. While we're having a chat about Alliance Battle Extreme, let's just run through one more time. So in this season, the Beast has silence. So yesterday had silence, today has silence. And I'm guessing that a season, and this is just a guess, right? I'm guessing that a season is all 14 rounds of Alliance Battle Extreme. That would sort of constitute a season, which means probably every 2 weeks that this effect changes. So we can see there on the right-hand side, down the bottom, where I'm trying to press, but it's not coming up, that the Beast this season has silence, and then it's either going to change to paralysis or burn. So it is going to mean that we're going to have to use more characters, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because we're kind of in a bit of a rut, just smashing away every week. Captain Marvel, Cable, these characters that have silence. And you guys know that I haven't been a big fan of the silence mechanic for an extended period of time. Now, it's not because I found the silence difficult, it's just because it was a one-dimensional kind of glitch. I thought it was a glitch in the Alliance Battle Extreme. So I've never been a huge fan of it, simply because it kind of pigeonholed, characters like Captain Marvel to always be meta, right? We're just going to run with this team. I don't even know what obelisk she's got on her gene, but I know that she does have silence on her tier 3 skill. I know that she has paralysis on like her first or second skill, and she has burn, I think, on her first skill. So Jean potentially is a unit that will be able to do all three types of Alliance Battle Extreme type runs. So we're just going to do a quick run through just to kind of, and I've got to remember that she's only got silence on her tier 3. I never run Jean, right? So my Jean has always had a CTP of regen from day one. I think this one has a CTP of energy on her. And just have a bit more of a chat about these changes to Alliance Battle Extreme just as we're going along. Now, what did I expect? I'm pretty sure that in hindsight that I expected too much, which is why I was a bit disappointed yesterday when we came into the test server, saw that the actual arena had got a nice upgrade, but the Beast is actually slower. So I would say that this is less challenging than what it was before, just due to the actual pace of the Beast. I thought it was a bit ordinary. Yeah, I'm right over here as well. I don't even have to be near the Beast to actually affect the silence, right? So that's another interesting thing. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is the actual aesthetic changes are welcome. The thought process put into it by Netmarble is welcome. I did expect that there would be a bit more content change. So I kind of figured that potentially as we're reaching certain scores, so let's just say we get to 2 million, maybe the Beast disappears, right? Maybe a different type of boss comes out and we have to deal with that, that condition, or some different types of mobs come out that, or I thought maybe they might even speed the Beast up a little bit. But kind of what they've done is it's nearly, I don't think this is an extreme mode anymore. I think it's like, I don't know. I mean, you're still going to have basic rotations, right? I'm doing a basic rotation. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but we're still going to have rotations. We're still going to have Odin's Blessings. We're still going to have all the CTPs. So the whales are still going to score quite high compared to the average Joe. But I'm not sure you can actually call a mode extreme when you're building a tutorial on how to actually use skills or time skills into each run that you actually do. For example, in a minute we're gonna press silence. We're told to press silence. We press the button when it turns blue, and I'm not really sure that sort of equates to an extreme mode. So I'm all for this change. Okay, so in hindsight, I'm all for this change, but I really think that there should have been a bit more challenging content put in Alliance Battle Extreme. If you're dumbing one section of it down, actually increase the difficulty of something else. So like I said, different boss moves, speed the boss up, change bosses, do something different. Sorry guys, I've got a bit carried away there. Do something a little bit different, because we're taking one element out that kind of, I'm not going to say it was, okay, it was skillful. It was a lot of habit. It was a lot of training on how to cancel the roars. You needed really spot on timing, and you needed a fast device. People with slow devices were handicapped. No doubt, people with slow devices were handicapped in cancelling the roar prior. And this certainly evens the playing field in regards to devices. But what I'm saying is, it's an extreme mode, right? It's an extreme mode. I think like a high level World Boss Ultimate is an extreme mode as well. What else? I think Alliance Tournament is an extreme mode. High level Alliance Conquest. They're extreme modes. They're kind of like the pinnacle of the game, in my opinion, in regards to difficulty. Galactus World Boss, another one. But I think Alliance Battle Extreme, you can't build a tutorial on when to press a button into a mode and still consider it to be extreme. So, I don't know. If the developers are watching, or if anyone from Netmarble is watching, well, I'd like you to consider just leave it as is. Okay, leave the raw cancelling as is with the different types of skills. Really, if that's what the player base wants, and then let's give them that. And you guys are going to make a bit more money out of it as well, because people are going to be changing CTPs, going to be changing Odin's Blessings and that sort of thing. But let's have a look at the overall mode, and let's actually make it extreme. Let's let it live up to its name, rather than Alliance Battle tutorial on when to press a button mode with a super slow Frost Beast that's slower than before. It's like he's, I don't know, it's like he's half asleep, like he's on Valium or something like that. There is really no creativity in his attacks. The mobs just spawn and die. They're not really up to the task. So, I don't know. To me, I was just expecting more from the rework, and so I guess I'm not necessarily 100% disappointed that the Beast Roar is much simpler to cancel, because to me, after thinking about it for 24 hours, it kind of does make a fair bit of sense. And I've seen plenty of comments on the channel saying, why are you bitching about the Beast Roar gone? And I wasn't. That wasn't the point. I was kind of just a bit stunned at the actual change to Alliance Battle Extreme. So, just wanted to throw that out there. Just wanted to explain that to my viewers, who sort of think that I'm all for reinstating the raw cancel the way it was. I'm kind of not. It was pretty boring as well, but I really think Netmarble could have done a little bit more with this Alliance Battle rework and kept it challenging rather than dumbing it down, and also having a super slow beast with unoriginal attacks. And really, why are we having the beast at all? There's so many other bosses that can actually be, can be utilized in that mode as opponents. Why have we still got the same beast? Anyway, guys, going to have a quick look at Morbius in a World Boss Ultimate just against Proxima. We're going to take in no strikers. He is a bio-sub character. I've got him set up with a CTP of energy. I kind of figure no point. I think it had a CTP of rage on him as default. I changed it, put a CTP of energy on him. I just kind of figured no one's probably going to set him up with a CTP of energy. Even though, to be perfectly honest, when we have a look at his skill cooldowns, on his 5th skill, he's got 19-second cooldown, which translates to 9.5 with max cooldown. And he's got 17 seconds on his 4th skill. And ultimately, when you have characters that have these unusual skill cooldowns that don't sort of fit into that sort of 8 or 7 second rotation, then typically they do suit a CTP of rage better, and that's just a fact. Key skills. So I'm not going to run through all this stuff. You guys can check it out on my. Well, okay, we'll quickly run through it. He's got an awaken skill, which does give a fair buff to. It's not like a massive awaken skill. It's not like a heavy hitting one, but it does give significant buffs. It's his passive. He's got on his 2nd skill defense down. On his 3rd skill, his 3rd skill is quite interesting. Kind of thieves. He sort of steals HP, which is really cool. And he also has a significant entice skill on there, so like a charm, where it does affect the boss as well, and she just runs around thinking, what am I doing, out of her mind. His 4th skill is a big hitter, and it does a huge amount of hits. Also gives a massive buff, 40% increase of all attacks, incapacitation, paralysis as well, and removes elasticity. And the 5th skill self buffs as well. and defense down. So, and penetration as well. And so what we're doing this run, because we're using CTP of energy with unusual proc timings, we're nearly sort of toing and froing backwards and forwards. We're using the third skill as much as possible to crowd control Proxima. We're using the second skill here and there for defense down, and then we're using the fourth and fifth skill in different combinations depending on where the proc timing is, and we're trying to land either one or a combination of the fourth and fifth within the actual proc timer on the CTP of energy. So guys, let me know what you think about Morbius. I think he's a pretty cool character. Biosub, I don't know, he kind of hits pretty hard. To be honest, if he had damage accumulation, he'd kind of up there nearly with Mystique level, but he doesn't have that. So he's certainly a step down from Mystique. But he's pretty fun to play, to be perfectly honest. So sit back, I'll put a bit of music on. You guys check him out doing his stuff in Warboss Ultimate. And yeah, thank you.